John, thank you. I mean, this is an amazing bill, and as Congressman Courtney just said, when you come from Northeast Ohio, Western PA, Rust Belt, Steel Belt, Great Lakes region, like many other places in the country, this bill hits home. And I remember when I first started my career, Max came out because of his commitment to Social Security and my commitment, and he's been fighting ever since. So thanks, Max, for all of your work. One of the things you have to do in life that almost everybody experiences at some point is when someone very close to you passes away. And it could be a parent or a grandparent. And I remember when my grandparents passed away, I can't remember if it was my grandfather or grandmother, but you have to go clean the house out, right? It's one of those gut-wrenching events that you have to participate in, whether you like it or not. And it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, you'll go through their stuff and you'll find things that remind you of your family legacy and all of these other, things that it may remind you of. And I was going through my grandparents' drawers, and I remember finding a little black book, and it was tattered and worn out and faded. And I thought, what is this? And I opened it up. And my mom's 100% Italian, and they were Italian, and it was this little black book from my great-grandfather who came over on a boat from Italy from a little town called Volsini. And I opened up the book, and it said at the top, the Volsini Club. And my great-grandfather was like the treasurer of this little group in Niles, Ohio. And it had all these Italian names listed on the left side in the months of the year at the top. And it would say Dominic Guerra, January, $1. February, $1. March, nothing. April, nothing. May, nothing. $1. Just sporadic. It was a mutual aid book before there were programs like this, that literally steel workers who maybe worked 2 or 3 days a week during the Depression, they'd throw $1 in if they could, to try to hold the community together. And that's what undergirds this program, are the values of dignity in your retirement, that everybody matters. It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, or brown. You will be taken care of. And this bill that John crafted is grounded in those values of compassion and caring about each other and the common good, and using some common sense to get us there. And I'll just say, what we've seen over the last 40 or 50 years, and it's been touched upon in this conference here today, CEO pay has gone up 1,300% since the 70s. 1,300%. And we saw a week or two ago, the top 10% of the wealthiest people in the country own 90% of the stocks in the country. We can't keep going like this. And this is a bold move for working people. And when you come from places like where I come from, a tax cut that's in here for working people, getting rid of the windfall elimination provision and government offset, these are things we hear about every single week we go home. And pensions that are lost, and the company goes bankrupt, and they got to go to the PBGC, and they get a huge cut, and then they don't know what they're going to do, and then somebody dies, and then there's a widow or widower there, and this bill takes care of them. John, you've not missed a beat in this bill. I mean, I could go through our case book in my congressional office of the calls we get. This bill addresses working people, and it honors them for their work, because this is an earned benefit. Globalization, automation, lost pensions, lost jobs, lost manufacturing, erosion of the middle class. I think this is a bold step on top of the rescue package and other things that we've done to start righting the ship. And I commend Congressman Larson, I commend the Ways and Means Committee for having the guts to take this bold step on taking care of our workers again. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim.